Good evening, gamers. It's your Uncle David bringing in another Warcraft 3 gameplay commentary. And this time I'm going to do something a little bit different. I had this planned, but Orc versus Orc as well. Anyways, I hadn't had this planned, but this is the way the cookie crumbles this time, apparently. I recorded this on my new Elgato game capture device. I want to start doing other videos on YouTube besides Warcraft 3. It won't be on this channel most likely, but I'll probably put a link as soon as I get it up and running. I'm probably going to do Let's Plays and Call of Duty commentary on my other channel with a buddy who went in with the Elgato game capture device for me. But anyways, I'm going to open up with a standard build for Orc, but I mean, I don't like going standard, so we'll see how that plays out. This commentary, though, as you can see by the title, is not about myself. It is about Warcraft 3 commentator that I have been watching for a very long time, and his name is SBK or Stonebreak Kid. What that means, I have no idea. Stonebreak Kid, maybe he broke a stone with his bare hands. Maybe he's like some crazy, like, I don't know, is he? I don't even know his origin. I know he speaks like a couple languages, probably Chinese, Korean. He can always read the text that's going on during his commentaries. But anyways, I know English is not his first language, and you can tell by his accent if you listen to him. And there's a lot of other commentators I watch too, like Stormy with a capital Z. He says it, so I got to. Chump Ask, although he doesn't really cast anymore. I swear, like once every 6 months, he'll hit you up, and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, no way!" A Chump Ask commentary. But other than that, yeah, he's done pretty much as far as Warcraft's concerned. But he was actually a really good commentator. He was back when YouTube could only do, what was it, 15-minute videos, so he would have a few up, something like that. Maybe it was 5. Anyways, so he'd have a few up per game, and I'd watch him like that, along with Crota. Blizz Shouter is his MO or whatever for the YouTube scene, but he does really good commentaries as well. He has a totally different style than somebody like SBK. He's more serious. He throws a joke or two in, but like voice is really like it's just one tone. I don't know, not in a bad way. I watch his commentaries. I love them. Then there's people like Sir Pureby. He has a lot less views, but he does mostly like Twitch streaming and stuff like that. But not as good as, or not as good. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Not as big as of a YouTube in the YouTube scene as far as Warcraft goes, which is just about dead, anyways. But let's see. So as you can see now, I got the Tauren Chieftain out. I haven't gone Tauren Chieftain in forever. This is a little side note. I want to stick with the game a little bit as we go throughout this. But yeah, doing a little bit of creeping with the Tauren Chieftain. I had to creep the small camp first because I didn't have my grunts out for the whole time, and I didn't want like to rush this camp before night because then my grunt would get netted and it would be just the Tauren Chieftain getting spanked by the creeps, and that's not fun to see. It's not fun to do either. I'll probably get some nasty comments on that. But and then there's Witty, who does commentaries like me. Every once in a while he'll do like a pro cast, but he's not too familiar with the pro scene, so to be honest, I don't watch his procasts because I don't think they're very good. That sounds horrible, but he's just not used to that kind of. He does like 4v4s and 3v3s like I could never do. So I mean, it's beast. It's awesome to watch that. He's got some good commentary as well, and his are live, which is another thing I love watching. But yeah, so there's other people in the Warcraft scene that I like watching, but SBK is by far my favorite to watch. He does commentaries for pro commentaries. He does like leagues and stuff like that, like the WCG and stuff like that, or tournament. That's what I'm looking for, not league. Well, I guess no, it's not a league. Anyways, he does WCG coverage and stuff like that, and he actually did a really good coverage last year in the WCG. Oh man, I can't even tell you how many times I've watched that just doing the dishes. I'll post up my Samsung S4. It's a nice big screen. I just put it up on top of the little counter and just watch while I do dishes and stuff like that, because I don't like just doing it. Here I'm going to try to take out a burrow because I see they're way too aggressive out in the open. So yeah, anyways, he does like a base blocking tutorial too for like undead, and I don't know. He's got a couple cool build videos like that to watch. He's done like let's play. I don't know if he's done all the let's plays. I remember watching him, but it was a long time ago, and I probably have the worst memory you've ever seen. In a good way, of course, in the best way possible. And here I'm just trying to like, I threw that out. I was like, oh crap, that was stupid. He's gonna stun me and then surround me. But luckily, one of his grunts got in front of him, and he didn't end up making it. So I'll pop a heal, run back to base, make sure everyone's going back to base, group my grunts together, and we're rolling. So he did the base blocking tutorials. He does the let's play. The let's plays were amazing because he's actually really good at the game. He's not just good at commentating, not just has a good knowledge of the game, but he's actually really good at it. He's got like almost 2.5 million views, like 2.4 last time I looked, and I looked a little bit too often, just to be honest. It says he joined he joined the YouTube scene in March 2007, but I don't know when his first video he put up. So when he started being a commentator, I guess you'd say. But man, when Warcraft was thriving, he used to have so many views on his videos. He still got quite a bit for a dead game. Well, it's not quite dead yet. After WCG, this will be the last WCG, then it'll be dead. So that'll be really sad. um, but yeah, he has got really good coverage on WCG. I think that's what he likes the most. It would make sense because it is the biggest gaming convention or tournament as far as Warcraft 3 goes, and actually a lot of things as far as StarCraft goes. Anyways, when I started out watching him years and years ago, I don't think it was when he first started, but he'd been doing it just a little bit. I mean, it had to have been. Let's see, I've been in my house for 2 years. I was in that house for a couple years, probably 5 years ago, maybe more. I was in that house for 4 years, that other one, so it could be up to 8 years ago or something, but I don't know. Would he be around that? I'm not gonna do the math. Anyways, 7 years, 6 years. No, it wouldn't have been. But anyways, so I used to watch him on a cricket phone I used to have. I didn't even have a computer at the time. My brother was the one that showed him to me. He's like, dude, he was the one that got me started in Warcraft. So hats off to you, Jesse, or Turtle, as he goes in his gaming names. He is not as good as me, but no, I'm just playing. He's actually really good. I hope he watches this, but he's a really good Warcraft 3 player. So here I'm going standard. I went Shadow Hunter to get some heals off. Torn Chieftain, I figured I just get back into the game a little bit. Torn Chieftain, I figured he'd have a lot of damage output, so we'd be okay as far as that was concerned. We just need to make sure we can sustain a little bit. And no, I'm not gonna give that away. Anyways, so Shadow Hunter was my second one, and it's kind of a fun strategy. If you guys haven't tried it, do so. But yeah, so used to watch him on this little nasty cricket phone, and it was awful. I can't even tell you. Like it was like watching on the first phone that could ever play a video. Like finding the game and then finding all the pieces to the game was awful. Like I'd have to like remember, okay, this is this game, this person, there was this person, and hopefully there wasn't more of those out, and then I'd have to type in all the stuff, and I had a little keyboard on it, which was nice. I think type it in pretty easy, but it was awful. The littlest, worst screen you can possibly imagine. Here I see he's putting up an expansion. He's already got 3 towers up, so I try to cancel that 4th just so I can come back and do some harass later. My army isn't ready to take on 3 towers plus an army whenever it decides to come in. There it is. So I have to back out of there. Luckily, I got a healing salve on that raider that was not canceled, and I run for it. Run! Throw a shockwave down. Run! He doesn't have a Shadow Hunter yet. I don't know if he gets one. Does he? Anyways, he doesn't have a Shadow Hunter out, so I figured a little Shockwave would be nice because he's not going to want to solve out all of his units, and Orcs don't have that good of regeneration. But anyways, moving on. We have quite a bit in the game left still. Anyways, so yeah, I used to watch him on this little nasty phone, little horrible screen. I could barely see what's going on. I couldn't read hit points. I could barely see health bars. But I watched it, and I watched it because I loved the game, and specifically, I loved his commentaries of the game. I like watching pros, and I like seeing how they do it. That way, I can improve my own skills. But he's a kind of a person that takes the game as a game. Like a lot of his commentaries, he starts out, "What up, bitches?" and like it's hilarious. It's fun to watch because he's not just totally serious all the time, which that has its good things too. Like Crota's pretty serious most of the time. And stuff, and that's fun to watch too. But he's just a different character to watch. He truly enjoys watching and casting the game. Another reason I like watching his commentaries. He like you can tell like some of the time he's got a smile on his face. Like his expressions and his reactions are like hilarious to watch, or awesome to watch. Um, and another thing is he's got a love for the game that like very few people have. A Chump-esque used to like Chump-esque went breathless in a few commentaries, but other than that, it's only been him. He's got a love for the game that you can tell by listening to his commentaries that he's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening, and they really can't believe it's happening, you know. And it's like a game at the same time, but he does love it, and it's pretty sweet. He's got very very true, very down to life reactions, and it's just it's awesome watching him. If you guys haven't seen his videos, I'm not gonna put a link in the description. Actually, I might. I don't know. We'll see. Check the description. But just type in SBK, everything will come up. Type in a pro gamer, Lynn, Thu, or Orc versus Night Elf, Orc versus anything. Doesn't have to be Orc, but if you type it in, it'll come up. He's got a lot of views. He's got you know what is it, like 3.6k subs. However, unfortunately, he has announced his retirement. We don't know the exact day. We don't know if he'll do a retirement video after, but he said that he was going to finish by doing WCG. And oh man, it's horrible to hear because he's my favorite person to watch. Not in the Warcraft 3 scene, in YouTube. He's my favorite person to watch. I love watching Warcraft 3 games. I love his insight. He's got a knowledge of the game, a very good knowledge of the game, to where he can tell you beforehand what kind of counters they have, to what kind of builds, what's cost efficient for them. I mean, he's got a very good knowledge of the game. Starting builds, late builds, mid game, micromanagement, and stuff like this. So, I mean, macro, not micro. I wouldn't help you to hear someone talk about micro. You just got to do it. You got to watch it. But anyways, so yeah, he's announced his retirement, and I'm hoping he'll do like, I don't know. It'd almost be worse at this point, but like, as someone I've watched so much, I know so little about. Like I don't know what he does for work. I know he travels a lot. He's away from his computer a lot. He said that in one of his commentaries recently, but he said that many times before. Well, not many, but a couple. Let's see. We got a ringer generation here. A second ringer regeneration. I also picked up 2 scrolls of healing, if you could tell. And both heroes have a ringer regeneration. Very nice for the Tauren Chieftain because get some, you know what I mean? He's just going to be a better front line, but I have his front line right now. Anyways, it's good. I crept all that out. Now I'm going for a hit on those towers to see if I can finish it off. And hopefully he hasn't built too many more, because we're doing pretty good. I got a Demolisher out, another one on the way. I'm just about to. Oh, I am breaking upkeep. Yes, sir. But yeah, so he retired. He announced his retirement. This is also going to be the last WCG. George W. Bush CG. So that's very sad as well because I don't know if everything else is going to keep going if WCG doesn't even play him. I don't know if there's going to be any other pro tournaments. I hope so, but I mean, who's going to? I don't know. They might get covered. They'll still be on Warcraft3.net. Anyways, besides these kind of commentaries, live commentaries, but this one isn't a live commentary. I'm just dubbing over it. Oh, BT dub. That is a lot of towers. Oh my gosh. I'm like thinking, oh, I need to get Spirit Link. I'm like, screw that, Spirit Link ain't gonna help, dude. All the demolishers of the world, they get help. Like, it's that time to go check out his other base. And I was running straight to it, and I was happy he knew it. Oh, I didn't even mean to rhyme there. See, I'm gonna go check out his other base. I see some of his army, so I'm gonna go after him. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do we got Spirit Link going? We do. And there's a nice shockwave. I lined that one up. I was hoping that guy didn't die. We got a net off, and then we get a surround on a dirty surround on that Shadow Hunter. I love it. Setting up the Demolishers in a better place, but whatever. I see Doran come in, and he's like, "Oh snap!" Heck no, dude. Gonna get a net off, but I realized I just used mine on my Shadow Hunter, and I only have 2 Raiders at this point. I'm looking at a very little screen right now while I'm commentating this, so it'd be hard to tell. Trying to get the army in better position because we got that kill off, and we're sitting in a very nice position right now. But yeah, I do these. I do live. This is my first actually narrated commentary. The Doran comes back. Um, and yeah, I like the live ones a little bit more. But this I thought would be a fun one to do because my favorite commentary is leaving, and kind of in memory of him, if you will. But why Tauren? Tauren are like the worst units for Orc. They're so bad. They're good against mass ghouls, mass headhunters. I mean, they're good against few things because you can practically kite them. They're not fast enough. I guess with the Tauren they are. They're fine with the Tauren Chieftain. Anyways, but yeah, this was a fun video. If you guys haven't seen SBK's videos, go check them out. They're about as good as it gets as far as the Warcraft scene goes. And like I said, they're my favorite, regardless if it's Warcraft 3 or just plain old YouTube, anything in the net. Let's see. That's pretty much all I had to talk about. My Elgato game capture device. There we go. I lost the footage. I lost the audio for this. I tried to record it and I didn't check to make sure my audio is on, and I had my headset plugged in. I couldn't even hear the game, but I was like, here we go. Let's do this. Oh, I'm gonna lose Spirit Walker. Yeah, I lost him. But I was like, I need to do this. Here we go. And I started, and there's the GG. No, actually, I don't think he GG'd. But yeah, so I don't know. I lost the audio. For some reason, it didn't show up, and I have to like click on it to go in, and I can't even hear the game capture or when the game capture is plugged in. I can't even hear the audio, so that sucks. But oh well. At least I got a full screen now, and I hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. If you haven't watched him or any other people I talked about in the beginning of this video, please go check them out. They're awesome Warcraft 3 people to watch. And oh man, I'm sad about his retirement. I hope he does a video about his life beforehand, but it'd almost make it worse. Thanks for watching, guys.